Hello everyone and welcome to this Groovy JMeter Tutorial Series. In this particular tutorial, we will learn about the closures in Groovy. So let's begin. Closures in Groovy basically enables the functional programming. Now they are similar to the lambda expressions in Java and can be used as anonymous functions. And it will allow you to pass the behavior around in your JMeter scripts. Now when we talk about the closure, it's basically a block of code that can be assigned to a variable, passed as an argument, or executed at a later time. It provides a concise way to write the functions without explicitly defining a method inside a class. Now, how we can do this? So, just go to the test plan over here, go to add, go to threads, go to thread group, and here inside this one again, go add sampler JSR223 Sampler. And now, as per the definition, we just learned that we will be writing functions without explicitly defining a method inside a class. So how we can do this? So simply the syntax is that we say def and we say greet. So we are not writing a class or method, right? So simply in the curly braces, right? So this is the very simple syntax for this one. And inside this one, what I can do is that simply I'll say print ln and print, I'll say hello. And now in order to use this one, simply we need to call this. Okay, so just like calling a function, we'll be calling the closure. So here greet and here simply with the small brackets just like a function or method, right? Now let's run this one and go to the console over here, and in the console it should print. So let me run this again, and yep, so you see that hello got printed in the console. Now when we talk about the closure here, in this particular example, a closure is assigned to a variable called greet, which can be executed later using this one, right? Now when we talk about the closures, so closures can accept parameters and return values just like methods. So how we can do this? So simply I will say greet user, and inside this one I will say okay, a string name lambda function or the arrow function print ln, and here I will say hello, and now hello with basically the name which we passed to this closure. Okay, so we can pass this as $sign and name, right? Now in order to call this one, so simply I need to pass a string value. So I'll say hello JMeter, right? And just run this one and see what happens. So you see that hello JMeter got printed over here, right? So we learned that how to define a simple closure, and we also learned that how to use the closure with the parameter. So this is a parameterized closure. And now what we can do is that we can use the closure which will return a value. Okay, so what it means that, so let me remove this one from here. So I will say there, so I will say this will actually give me a square. So here I will say num arrow function or arrow num into num. So this is how we calculate a square, right? So what I need is that I need to return this value. Okay, so I will say result is equals to, now result is equals to square and square of, let's suppose we say we need a square of 5. Okay, and we will say print ln, and we will say print ln the result, right? So this is basically will return a value, because we are saying that num is equals to num into num, right? So here we are passing a value 5. So 5 into 5 is basically a 25. So it should return a 25 value if we run this one. Let's go here, and you see that the 25 is got printed. Now, when we talk about the difference between closure and the method, we have already seen the difference, right? So if I give you examples, so what I do is that let me write a function to add, okay, or the method to add. So what we do is that we simply say add, and we say int a, comma, int b, and here inside this one I will say, okay, you need to return a plus b, and then we can call this one. So we simply say print ln and add, and let's suppose add 3 comma 4. So this is how we can use a method. But in case of using the closure, how it will be different, so you will see the difference over here. So simply I will say that add is equals to, def add is equals to, need a closure over here, and here I will say a comma b arrow, then a plus b, and simply I will say print ln and add 3 comma 4, right? So you see that this is a method. This is how we can define a method and call a method, and this one is the second one, which is highlighted right now, is basically a closure, right? So you can use the closure is the simpler way, and because we are not doing a full-fledged programming, so you can go with the closures when you are working with the JMeter scripting. Now if I run this one, and let me change this value so we can see that what closure is printing. So go back here. So you see that 7 and 11. So the 11 value is being actually printed by this closure. Now, when we talk about the closures, so there are special closure features, and closures as arguments. We can do that. We can also, so when we are using the JMeter and the context is a JMeter, what we can do is that we can log a message, right? So whatever the message we get on the runtime, we can log that one. We can create a reusable closure for the HTTP request, right? So how we can create the reusable closure for the HTTP request here? So what I will do is that I will say, okay, def make request is equals to, and here inside this one, so I will say, so we need to create it once and use as many times as we want. So for example, tomorrow you want to make 100 HTTP requests, so you can do that, right? And here we say def conf is equals to new URL. We need to pass the URL dot open connection, and then we say conf dot set request method, and now we are setting the request method, and the method, for example, you want to go with the get, okay? and I'll say return con dot get response code. So now the things are ready. So simply what you need to do is that you need to say def response code is equals to make. So now we need to make a request, right? So make request, and whatever the request we want to make over here. For example, we say https colon double slash example.com, right? And then we need to log the information whatever we get. Log dot info, and we say what we need. We need a response. So we say response code, and the response code we will be getting on the runtime. Okay, so we say response code. Okay, so that's how. Just an example, a dummy example, just to make you understand. So when you are working with a JMeter and you want to make a request through the JSR sampler, so you are writing a script, you are writing Groovy script to make the request. And when we are making a request, you and if you want to make hundreds of requests, so you don't need to write the code again and again. You just need to create a closure and use that closure. So this is an example just to hit the HTTP request. So obviously the APIs are the HTTP request, so you can utilize that in your script if needed. Now, in order to summarize today's session, basically, so what we learned is that we learned about the closures in Groovy, their syntax, and how to use them effectively in JMeter scripts. Closures provide a powerful way to write concise, flexible, and reusable code, making JMeter scripting more efficient. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. If you like our content, then do like, comment, share, and subscribe our channel. Once again, thank you so much, and see you in the next tutorial.